welcome to another episode of the Andy podcast.
Yay.
With, my friend Devyn Diak, who is a person...
You're putting my whole name on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
I don't know. Like, someone's searching me, like, doing some hack coding into my software, my Gmail account, stealing all my stuff. I don't know. Okay. Whatever, just do it.
Alright. Okay. So, who are you?
My name is Devyn Diak, since you already said my last name. I am 15 years old, or almost 15, well, I'm 15 and a half. And, I don't know, I go to Bear River High School. I am a sophomore. Yeah, that's probably pretty much me right there.
Alright.
Pretty boring.
Right. What group do you think you kind of, in high school?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably, I could probably fall into, the nerd or, the geek sort of thing, because anime is my favorite. I'm a complete nerd freak, or artistic, as far as, watercolor and all that other stuff, so I don't know. Probably whatever group you're in. You're in the technological kind of group thing, so...
I'm in the group that plays, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah, music stuff. Well, I'm into that, too. Filming and stuff like that, so, yeah. That's basically what I guess I'm in that low-class group. Definitely not a popular...
Low class.
Low class.
Thank you for that.
Low class. I am definitely not a popular. I would never want to be one, because that's kind of... Ugh.
Why?
I don't like those people.
Why?
Do you know why?
Yeah.
They're just snobbish and completely oh my gosh, drama freaks. I'm not a fan of drama. I hate drama. Having to go through all, she said that, and no, you said that. I don't ever want to be in a part of those kinds of situations. I'd rather... hanging out with boys is probably the best thing, because there's no drama involved, and they're pretty funny and hilarious and making jokes, so, I don't know. It's pretty cool. I had a couple girlfriends before, but, again, into the drama category. Would not want to be in that situation again, so...
Mm-hmm. Alright. So what has been your experience in, school? So what was your first school that you went to?
My first school. All the way back into the history of time? Where Columbus sailed the ocean blue? No. Kindergarten, huh? Okay. Well, it all has started when my dad and my mom got married, and then they had a kid, or two kids. I have a sister. We went to Meadow Vista. That's kind of near Auburn, kind of not. It's on the very far boonies. We got this really big house. I went to a daycare, and I frequently went back and forth to daycare to kindergarten. Not remember so much about that, but I don't know, it wasn't a big part of my life, so I don't know, it's probably best not to remember most of it. But my second one, I went to Cottage Hill. My mom and my dad divorced, so we went there. And Aaron was kindergarten again, but first grade. I think I met you. That's a pretty far back, but I think I met you. You were playing, Army or something. Something stupid, where we were playing with our hands, pretending that there were guns.
Tree Squad.
Yeah, Tree Squad. Where we were killing Zale and trying to capture him and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's pretty fun. Good times. Third grade. I did first, second. So second I don't remember much about. Except for there was a time where my teacher, or I guess I drew something really weird on it, or I cheated or something, and she ripped up my test. Right in front of me. She took me outside and she was like, "You don't deserve this," and just ripped up my entire piece of paper. I was like, no way. But then third grade, I wasn't really good with grades. I was terrible with grades. I just refused to do homework. And I kept getting jealous because a guy in my class named Raleigh, he kept getting, what were those? starbursts or something. When you like do good on a
Oh,
test, whatever.
the airheads.
Not like the airheads, like starbursts, like the weird thing, like the whole big candy bar. Like I wanted that. I was like, I'm determined to get that candy bar.
Weren't they airheads? Because like whenever they did the magazine sales, they would give out like airheads.
No, this was like when they completed a math test or something that they did really good on, like they accomplished something, and I kept thinking like I need to get better than him. Like that was like he was like my one rival person. I was like, you know what? You're my enemy now. I gotta get that Starbucks before you do. Or sorry, not Starbucks, Starburst. But I'm gonna be like one of those white chicks, like that's my Starbucks. No, but so yeah, 4th grade. I was in a team with Zale. You know that about that, like that whole game thing, and like I guess because he kept writing on his tests like people shooting people. So I did that on my test, and apparently the teacher reported it to the principal, saying it was like foul or whatever. Like, and then I got in super trouble for that. And then I happened to steal like a candy bar off her desk or something. And then I also got in more trouble. It was like the first time I got grounded. It was for stealing a darn candy bar and like copying Zale's, peace thing with the shooting people thing. I don't know.
Do you think you could explain more a little bit about the Trey Squad and against Zale?
The Trey Squad. I don't remember much of it, but I guess I was like the only girl in that kind of, because I hang out with the boys, but I guess it was involved like there's a bad team and then there's a good team, and I guess the good team or Zale kept getting captured, and we had to save him or something. Like the playground was like the infantry force or whatever. We had to break in and find him and get him out of there before everything happened. And it's like we repeated that process so many times. It's like the same darn thing happens over and over again. And I don't know. I guess I was the person that wanted to get captured, and I kept trying to like take Zale's place, like capture me, not him. And they kept saying like, you're not good enough or something like that. So I was like, oh, like it was sad, but I don't know. It's like those times where you look back and you have all those kid memories, and it kind of looks stupid right now, but it was pretty fun when I think about it. So.
All right. So you left off on I think 4th grade. So this would be 5th grade.
5th grade. And that's probably the time where everyone gets bullied is 5th grade. Like people, I guess when you get older or whatever, you start realizing like the bad things. And I was always considered like the crybaby, because I always like, there was a guy named Michael. I forget his name. I know you know him probably. He's like the Jewish guy or whatever. I don't know. But like I guess he punched me or something one time, and I started crying, and like everyone was calling me that I should have fought back or something. But it's kind of like, he didn't get in trouble at all for it. It was kind of stupid because I was like in pain or whatever because he punched me in the face. Yeah, but I don't remember that much about 5th grade, only that I was bullied a lot.
It's horrible.
And then 6th grade was also a bullying time. I guess 7th grade was also bullying. Not really good memories in those days. But 8th grade, do you want to talk about you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay, well, we have to ask questions though.
I have to ask a question.
No, you don't have to, but like, I don't know. Around 8th grade, I started feeling very sick, and I don't know why. It was more like different little pinpoints or whatever. I wasn't completely sick on and off, but it was not as bad as when freshman or whatever. Or 6th grade. Or sorry, 9th grade.
Like once every few months.
Actually, no. It was, I kept having heart murmurs or something like that, like where my heart would it wasn't working correctly, and I kept realizing that I was running out of energy really fast, and I just kind of blew it off because my mom said it was just probably nothing, and we went to the doctors, and he said it wasn't allergies, but he gave me an inhaler because I wasn't doing too well. But then when I got into high school, freshman year, around the summertime where I was about to get in there, I kept feeling really sick and fatigued, and because you remember that too, I wasn't like in Calm Arts where I was laying down on the ground because it was so painful. Mm-hmm. I had like a sciatic nerve problem where I didn't really know what was going on. one day I was having multiple fevers. We went to the emergency room about 5 times, and they kept telling us that it was nothing, or I was okay, whatever.
Mhm.
But about the 6th time we went around the summertime, where I ended freshman year, was when they found out that I had something wrong with me. Like I had it for around a year and a half, and they just still didn't. They didn't think of it as anything until the 6th time I went to the emergency room and told them that this is not getting any better. So they brought me to the hospital over in Sacramento, and I was there for about 2 weeks, and they kept doing tests, and they gave me IVs, and they were just doing tests and seeing what was wrong with me, if it was like a disease or something I had. And even though like no one really told me anything, and I was starting to realize that my mom and my family were kind of treating me like they wanted to make me okay, or whenever I asked for anything, they would immediately be by my side to get it for me. And I was like, kind of strange, because at first they weren't like that. They were just concerned, but this was like something that kind of felt bad for. And then around the first week when they did the scans, I was out, and they gave me this chemical or whatever to make me fall asleep, and they kept doing tests, and I was kept wondering, like, would this ever end? Will they find out what's wrong and stuff like that? So and then like the first week they told me that I had developed a tumor in my liver, and I had a cancer called lymphoma B cell. It was probably the most common cancer, luckily, though. But at the time, they didn't really know what kind of cancer I had. They just knew that I had a tumor, and they needed to either remove it or give me chemotherapy. Well, a week passed, and like everyone was feeling bad for me because I had it. Like my parents were crying, and at the first time, like when they told me, I didn't really cry. Like it was just like I was like, meh, whatever. Let's just get this over with, because I kind of been through so much pain already. It's like the pain that would go on with the cancer would be gone, so whatever they did would be fine. And but yeah, I kind of caught mad because my parents were feeling sad for me, and they were crying and kind of like yelling at the doctors, but at the same time the doctors were just helping me out. Like I didn't understand that. So 2 weeks passed, and they figured it out, what I had, and they did the first round of chemotherapy. They shot me up with a lot of drugs, though. And at first, like, the next day, I didn't really feel anything. They kept telling me that it would get worse and worse. And the second one was really bad. I, like, woke up and threw up all over the place. It was, like, terrible. But the chemotherapy they gave me, it was, like, the strongest they had. And they kept telling me that it would be probably around 6 or like about 4 to 5 months of treatment, and I'll be okay. And that was around the time where, like, the chemo makes you kind of like you don't want to eat anything. Like it makes you not really hungry, and whenever you do try to eat something, it doesn't taste at all. Like you don't taste anything, or it just tastes like metallic, like you're like sucking on a penny or something. It was terrible, and then it also took away I had like no hormones. And my mood swings were just depended on if I was irritated or not. And I was not really moody. I had no hormones, so I wasn't moody at all. And I'm trying to think. There was also the one aspect I was kind of worried about, is that they told me that because my cancer was a blood cancer, it was getting to all my important things. Like my liver was very close to shutting down. Like they had to take a bunch of chunks out of it to realize what kind of cancer I had. So they took like a lot of it out, but at the time the cancer cells were all concentrated at that one place, and it was almost like they would have to get a replacement. So that was what was stressing me out too, but they also told me that there was the possibility that I won't be able to have children because of this process. And I just like kind of didn't really fall apart. I just kind of left it out. But at the same time, when you're that young and you get it, it's like you don't know how to react to it. You just keep letting it do its thing. But at the same time, it's like it gets rid of your emotional being. And after keep rounds and rounds of treatment, it feels like you're just putting toxins inside of you. And they keep telling you you're going to get better, but you don't really feel better. You kind of just wish that, like, you could probably just take it without the chemo treatment. And that was probably the worst pain I could ever feel ever in my life. Like, having the the thing keep repeatedly go into your system. And at times I really wanted to leave the building, like just run, because I didn't really want it to go inside me anymore. But it's just like they had to do it because that's the only way I would be able to live. But I had stage 3, and again, they told me that my cancer was the easiest to cure. But at the same, like when I was at the hospital, I met a bunch of other people that had been doing this for like almost for 2 years or longer, and I was like, wow, am I lucky to only have it for 6 months of treatment. But so that was, it took 6 months of repeated. I had it about 6 times. I had to do a spinal for each one of them. And I don't know, I'm all better now. I lost all my hair. But again, that didn't really make me, again, I just kind of like went through it. I didn't really care. I didn't cry about anything, which is probably why everyone says I'm so strong. But at the same time, it's like, I wasn't really strong. I just kind of pushed through it, hoping that there would be another day for me to be happy again. So, I'm all better now, though, so it's okay.
You're in remission.
Yep, I'm going back to school when the next semester comes up, which is Monday. And hopefully I'll be meeting new friends, but at the same time, through this process, I lost a lot of friends. Like, either they didn't really want a cancer girl to be their friend, like they thought, oh, like, that's kind of mean, because after the process, you kind of know who your true friends are and who aren't. So I guess that did help in some aspects. It kind of like took the pain away for me. Just like, figured it out. But so yeah.
Wow.
Put it all out, but it's gonna take a long time to get through it. I have 6 months of remission, and I still have to take the drugs I had to take when I was doing the chemotherapy. So, depending on... Well, the good thing is that I'm more moody now. And this is growing back. So, it's all good. Any more questions?
So what do you think, like, the best part about having cancer is?
The best part? Oh, yeah. God. Actually, the best part is, like, not having to shave. Like, you don't have to. It's like, maintenance is not a problem. It's like, yeah, I didn't have to do anything. I was like, that's probably the best part. Mm-hmm. Other than that, though, probably, like, didn't like the rest of it.
Did you like being homeschooled?
Actually, no, because I didn't get to see my friends. Like, my teacher was good and all, but, like, he was a perfectionist. I had homework to do, and then he's like, you have to do it a certain way. And I was like, what? Then what's the point of me learning when you're doing most of the work for me? But I just kind of like, he's doing my work. I get like an A, so why not?
Cool.
Yep.
Alright, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Anything else I want to talk about? I don't know. Well, at the same... that's a good question. Do we have any more questions? We have to go over it first.
Yeah, let's look at the list of questions. There's like 5 million. There's only like 4.
There's only like 4. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I think that's it.
Okay, here's a good one. What are you thinking about in the future?
Ooh, that's a good one. I was thinking about in the future... I mean, I am a pretty good artist, and people say I should probably go into artwork, but that is not... I mean, I do enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it so much that I want to do it, like, every single day. I was thinking that my first job, or something I would want to get into, is, like, the nursery, or I could, like, do plants for a living. I don't know, like, the most... It's kind of, like, stupid, but... I don't know, it could probably do good pay, and it's like a really relaxing job. You don't have to rush or, do whatever. But I was thinking to probably I may go into animation, but that's again an art suit. So I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to get into something art related yet. I'm still trying to debate on whether I should do something like that, but I don't know. I think nursery is the way to go. Like you don't have to. It's a hip place, and people go there for plants, and it's like, oh, here, this is what you're looking for. Oh, right here, like go, So I don't know.
Nice.
It's kind of retarded, but at the same time, it's probably what I want to do. So, because I think that's it.
I think we're kind of out of
That's
time.
20 minutes, bro.
Right.
Is that really 20 minutes?
That's 20 minutes.
Ugh.
You've been talking for 20 minutes. Well, thank you for coming in, Devyn.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
Thank you for watching. All right. Goodbye.